Today, what we're looking at is the Four of Wands in the Cirque Tarot deck, and I'm really fascinated by it. Normally, a Four of Wands is kind of a little pavilion. Maybe there's a little bonfire. It talks about home and family and celebrations, and this is a completely different take on that. So I love, whenever I look at this, I see how the acrobats or the trapeze artist or whatever you would call these people, I see how intermeshed they are. So they're totally relying on each other's balance and each other's strength, each other's grace. And you can tell that they really, they have to know each other well, and they have to really coordinate well with each other. And I like that idea of home and family, how that's sort of projected there. And there's also this idea of it's kind of us against the external factors. It's us against the flames beneath and the smoke around us and all of this stuff. So there's all of this energy of, we've got this and we are working this because our communication is down pat, our balance is down pat, our grace is down pat. And so we can take on anything that happens out in the world. And so there's a little bit of extra oomph to me for this card that normally is about family and celebration. This is more about, a real tightness of the family and celebration. And also this card for me can talk about tribe just as much as family. For me, tribe are those family members that we choose that don't necessarily share blood. So let's look and see what the book that comes with this deck has to say about this. The book is called Under the Big Top. And so with the Four of Wands, they like to talk about an ally or a challenger. So if this card comes up as an ally, they say, there is something intimate, balanced, and secure about our scene. Even though our performers are above the stage floor, they still feel fully supported and safe, as if in their small world, all is as it should be. The smoke on either side of them looks like guardians or even protectors. This only adds to the strong yet gentle energy of the Four of Wands. This moment here, right now, is when you can draw comfort from. It is here to make you feel safe, understood, and courageous. This card lets you know that you are not alone and that someone, somewhere, has your back. Enjoy your moment. Relax into it, just as our performers have, and let your little world feel happy and complete. Now that's interesting because I don't know that I saw the smoke as guardians as much as I saw it as external factors, us against the world type of thing. But now that I've read that, I can kind of almost see faces sort of in the smoke. So, maybe. Now, if it comes up as a challenger, what they say is this scene is all about balance. It is about every performer understanding their role and how it works in relation to the performer next to them. If one person does not understand this or moves in a way that is unexpected, everything collapses. Balance is lost and the support is wiped away. Without structure and order, chaos and confusion ensue. It is okay to feel wobbly and to feel unsure about how everything is going to work out. But this moment right now isn't long term. It is a temporary energy and one that won't last long before it shifts into something else. If you can hang in there until the moment has passed, you will keep your balance. If you cannot, things will fall apart quickly. Now, this is a different take on it. Their version, the challenger version, I think is similar to how I would read it if it was reversed. And that's all about not having the balance between people. For me, the Four of Wands in reverse has sort of come to mean many times either stepping back from a situation with family or tribe, or maybe stepping back from a situation even with home and looking at it more objectively to figure out how we really feel about it or what we really think about it and how we want to move forward. And I always see that as a temporary separation. Sometimes we're just separating mentally and emotionally. Sometimes we're actually leaving the home and separating from whoever is in the home. But either way, I always see that as temporary because every time that I've ever done a reading and that type of separation comes up, the person always comes back to the home. It's just the way that it has always worked out whenever I've done these readings. and I've been reading since 2012. If we were going to have something where the home was completely dissolved, we might have a Hierophant standing on his head, or Justice on their head, or even a Tower. Could be a more permanent ending of that situation with the family life. But the Four of Wands in reverse has never been a permanent ending to me. It's always been something that's just, I need to get my head together. I need to get some space so I can get my head together type of situation. So anyway, they have a little bit of a different thing. They talk about the unbalance, and they talk about the idea of, hanging in there until the balance comes back. I don't know that I necessarily would read it like that. Maybe I will read it like that more now that I've been exposed to this idea, but very interesting.